So, ladies and gentlemen, it's again Tuesday, and I'm here in Prague uh, on one of the most historical sites which you can find in Prague at all. I'm still the tour guide, and as you might know, every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, I'm streaming live from Prague, uh, doing hopefully interactive live walks, and uh, always trying to show my audience something else. Wait, I'm going to uh, be quiet for one more moment. So again, okay, there comes another song from this beautiful carillon. We can listen a little bit to it. Hello. Nein, ich bin doch nicht auf Drogen. Wie kommst du auf solche Ideen? Aber schön, dass ihr da seid. Nice to have you here. So, one last try. I think the three songs were everything that we won't disturb it anymore. I wanted to start here today on this really historical site. Uh, bist du Englischer? Nein. Also, Leute, das ist ein interaktiver Live-Walk, den ich jeden Dienstag aus Prag streame. Äh, Was heißt, ich hätte gern, dass ihr mir ruhig Fragen stellt oder mich bittet, dass ich irgendwas heranzoome. Und ich mache diesen Live-Walk jeden Dienstag abwechselnd immer auf Deutsch und diese Woche ist halt Englisch dran, also äh, ihr könnt ruhig auf Deutsch schreiben, aber ich bleibe bei Englisch dabei. So, once more. Uh, this is for those who might not have understood. Um, every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, I'm providing these guided live walks from, for me, the most beautiful city in the world, Prague. And I am in Prague. I'm not from Prague originally, but I'm a certified tour guide. And every week I try to show my audience uh, another part of this beautiful city, which is the 11th most green city in the world. And because it's spring right now. I'm also trying to show you as many parks as possible because everything is going to be in bloom very soon. Some bushes are already in bloom now, and uh, I try to show you this city uh, to show you all the possibilities that you have when you once come here, and this is to connect uh, history, culture, some interesting stories or legends, and maybe you are very far away from the Czech Republic and don't want to get in the airplane, so um, you have a possibility to explore the city with me like this. Warum kannst du die Sachen und liest mal die Chats? Ja, es ist gar nicht so einfach, alles auf einmal zu machen, denn ich bin hier ganz alleine und ich muss mich auf so viele Sachen konzentrieren. Momentan äh, eins, worauf ich nicht aufpassen muss, ist, dass mich kein Auto überfährt, aber ansonsten äh, ist das äh, richtig tough für mich. So, now I'm going to explain where I am. Uh, this is the former area where once a lot of things stood, a lot of different buildings. Uh, After the legends, this was the very first seat of our dukes. Uh, there are no there are no archaeological evidence that uh, this was like that. But hallo Ella, schön dich wieder hier zu haben. But already in the 12th century, there was a guy who wrote some chronicles, and he mentioned this place, which is called Vyšehrad, uh, in his uh, in his chronicles as the seat of the first dukes. So they were not seated in Prague Castle, but here. And this once used to be the area of the royal court. Uh, Definitely in the end of the 11th century, our very first king, nein, ich schätze mich, ich schätze nicht. Uh, uh, in this case, I'm not estimating the dates. I know it. So our very first king had a little bit problems with his with one of his brothers, which was the Bishop of Prague, and the bishop also was seated on Prague Castle. So he wanted to avoid meeting him, and that's why he came here and built the very first stone built royal residence for him. And like that, he didn't have to see his brother every day. And because the problems didn't really stop, um, and the Archbishop still was causing further problems to his brother. Uh, that's why he established an own chapter belonging to this basilica, and of course this was another part of his power, of the power of the bishop, that decreased in this case. So later in the 15th century, there were Hussite wars, and all of this, all of these palaces and so on that were here were completely destroyed. And in the 17th century, it was decided to build an armory here, and a seat for um, for the army. What is still here is this little house that was um, that was supposed to be a stock for gunpowder, and these brick walls were the edge of the area of this armory. And in 1927, this area caught fire, and everything was destroyed. And by then, we have uh, got this park. The remains of the walls of this armory are still here, and also this gate. There still is the coat of arms from the Holy Roman Empire. Mein Geburtstag ist nicht heute, aber danke. So, and let's have a closer look at the basilica. And in the end of the 19th century, a lot of people started to uh, save the Czech culture, because due to the um, emperor of Joseph II, who wanted that all of the officials speak one language, which was, of course, German. Uh, the Czech language started to maybe starve, or how to say that. And one of the parts how it was, how they achieved this rebellion, was to awake these old legends, and they pretended to have found scripts, and imagined a lot of stories, and some of the figures here on these sculptures are a part of the inventories, but some of them are coming already from the 11th century, as I told you before, which is our first duchess called Libouche, for example, or the war lady Sharka, and also Przemysl, who was the founder of the whole dynasty, which which was ruling here until uh, 13 and in 1305, where the last male prince was murdered, or then he was shortly a king. And this lady that you can see here, this was the sister of this last king, and so she was the last heir of this Przemysl dynasty, and she married a guy named uh, John of Luxembourg, who was later very famous as as a very brave knight, and his son was our most important emperor. I always talk about him because he really did so many things for our country, Charles IV. So, and maybe you ask yourself why this mother of Charles IV is here at this house. The reason is that she got problems with her husband. Some nobles in our country uh, tried to cause her problems and convince John of Luxembourg that she wants to take the king's power and let her son rule. So he sent her away, and Charles IV was sent at the age of 3 years to France for education, and she later died in this house. That's why she's here. Ja, grüß dich. Schön, dich wieder hier zu haben. Und danke für die lieben Wünsche. So, as you can see, this church is really amazing. It's built in a new Gothic style. It was actually built in uh, first Romanesque, later Gothic style, but as I told you, it was destroyed during the Hussite Wars in the 15th century. Then they renovated it in a Baroque style, but during this time of the national awakening, a lot of monuments were renewed, and because people adored Charles IV, they built a lot of monuments, rebuilt them in new Gothic style. This was one of them. What is maybe interesting, you might have noticed the bells or the carillon. Uh, Before this regothization, this church had its own belfry, and it stood a little bit apart from this church. But during the regotization, they these two towers, three, the church received two big bells, and a little bit later another two ones. And but then the first war came, then the Second World War came, and all of the bells were taken away for production of weapons. So in the end of 20th century, they decided to put the bells back because the communists did not care if churches have bells. So, uh, but the problem was originally they put the bells before the construction of the towers was finished. But now, since all of the stairways and also the roof was finished in the spires, uh, it was not possible anymore to put the bells back. They found original plans from 1903 to uh, how these bells were constructed, uh, but they had to make them a little bit smaller. But on top, they built the carillon, and also a certain lady uh, gave about 80,000 euros for finishing of the carillon, and it's really very nice that uh, on the day of her birthday and of her name's day, they play her favorite song to because she died in 2008. But so twice a year they play the song to remind this lady for giving such a huge amount of money to have the bells here. And the clock plays. We have heard three songs, and every hour they play different songs. It's not only religious songs, it's also uh, the favorite song of our first president, Tomáš Garrigue Masaryk. It's also the national anthem and many others. So, and as I told you, I would like you to uh, become explorers when you go with me through Prague. You should have your eyes wide open and listen very well. So the arrows are missing, but it's San Sebastian. Uh, I was telling you before about the glorious past of this site, and about the national awakening, which was happening during the 19th century. And in the end of the 19th century, uh, they uh, they decided to establish here uh, on the site of the cemetery a uh, cemetery for, let's call it, celebrities. So I've already did uh, a live walk through this cemetery. It's approximately a year ago. Ha, jetzt habe ich keine Ahnung, worauf du dich beziehst, aber gut. Äh, Wenn du es mir erklären könntest, und ich zeige euch derweil eine schöne Aussicht von der Prager Burg. So here when you exit the walls of this whole area, you still can see it was a fortress. But when you exit here, you can see an amazing view of Prague Castle. There is the St. Vitus Cathedral, the White Tower you can see there. That's the St. George Basilica. By the way, St. Vitus Cathedral also was built uh, the mm, from the middle spire to the left, where the two spires are, was built in the same at the same time like this church here, and also to a part by the same architect whose name was Josef Mokra, and he was a uh, purist. So which meant when something was meant to be Gothic, he removed everything that was not Gothic. So in the St. Vitus Cathedral, they removed all altars that were a little bit younger than the Gothic ones, and they put them in other churches. And so that's why we have a puristic Gothic St. Vitus Cathedral now. And this part is where we are heading to today. And we are going to visit, for example, this bridge. And once we are there, I will tell you why, because the answer will maybe surprise you. So again, here we can see it was once a fortress. There are such holes for shooting out. You can see the whole area is pretty large. Uh, you could find here For example, one of just few remained rotunds that are in Prague, also established in the 11th century during the stay of our first king, King Vratislav. So behind these walls, I told you, mit weit offenen Augen bist du in Prag. Das bedeutet absolut wahr. Alles klar. Jetzt weiß ich Bescheid. Ich danke für dieses Kompliment. Und falls du irgendwas gezeigt haben möchtest, if you would like to show, to have shown something, if you would like me to zoom in somewhere or ask me some questions, don't hesitate, do it. So here you can see there was a notary established in 1270. So, and uh, the priests of the chapter that were direct employees, let's say, of Vatican. So as I told you, the Bishop of Prague had no power above them. They were once living in this house. That's why I started to talk about it. And one of them was this guy whose park is, whose work is this park. And now we can already see there are a lot of beautiful flowers here in bloom, some hyacinths. And crocus. Look at that. It's a pity that you can't see it better. So this is one of the priests. And thanks to him, there is this park because the chapter normally had gardens here where they grew fruits and vegetables. But in the 19th century, they changed this famous and important place for the national rebellion into a park for the public, so everybody could visit. So Christmas roses, and this sculpture might also be interesting for you. Uh, it has it has in every case an interesting history. That's the sculpture of Saint Wenceslas, who is our main patron saint, and this sculpture once stood on Wenceslas Square. And in the 19th century, where all over in Europe in 1848 revolutions were, people decided to rename the so-called horse market into Wenceslas Square, and they removed this sculpture to this park, and Wenceslas Square received, but much later, the sculpture of Saint Wenceslas. Uh, this famous sculpture, accompanied by four other patron saints of our country, and also uh, standing at the National Museum. So, isn't that a beautiful place to spend some free time? I'm going to walk to the end of this path so you can have another look at Prague Castle and also the river and also the bridge and other places where we want to go today. I would like to show you some beautiful houses that are along the way. Here there is even a summer theater. You could visit here a lot of guided tours with many topics. So this tree is not good for the view, so I'm sorry. I won't show you another view to Prague Castle. Here you can see the Emmaus Church. This is the church with the two modern spires, also established in the Gothic time during the period of Charles IV, when he established the new town of Prague, and the modern roof is there because this church was hit by a bomb, and after the war, when they uh, rebuilt this church, or a big part was saved, but the spires were broken. Uh, they decided to build modern ones to remind us about this terrible event. So another beautiful constructing machines. So this valley that is here on my left hand, we're going to visit soon. I'm just going across to this wall, and there we will come here out of the area of Vyšehrad. Wow, there is my beloved TV tower with the babies climbing on them. I'm sorry if I'm boring you with that every time when I see this tower, but this is really my very favorite, uh, very favorite artwork of our probably most famous recent artist. Well, over there you can see this famous bridge that is also called uh, the Bridge of Suicides. I was there a few weeks ago, and it is very interesting because inside this bridge uh, there are the tracks of the subway, and this valley is quite deep, so the trains could not go down and up again. So they connected the valley with the bridge and put the subway inside this bridge. So, and the church that I'm showing you now is also one of the churches that Charles IV uh, have built in the 14th century, and the uh, the dedication is to Charles the Great, Charlemagne, and this church is very similar. It's, you can see it's not a typical Gothic church. Uh, it's uh, it's more round than straight, and it's very similar to the Coronation Church in the city of Aachen, where also the grave of Charlemagne is, and where a lot of kings and emperors of the Holy Roman Empire were received their coronation. So again, here we have the former home of the chapter, and uh, something, some interesting information for American students who might like to study in Prague. This house is now used by the Charles University for this study program for English students, English speaking students, also built in New Gothic style. So there is another entrance to the cemetery of the famous people that you could really find their writers and composers and for example some scientists who received the Nobel Award. So now I have to watch my step a little bit because it's the cobblestones are dangerous when I go down. In the meanwhile, you can enjoy the way here. Look at these There is another hyacinth, and the lawn is really blue here. Beautiful, super beautiful. So I'm going to exit this area here, but when we walked further, there is uh, there is this rotund that I was telling you about, and there are several gates that people had to pass before they uh, came to Prague. This fortress was the defending point uh, for Prague when people came from the south. That's why one of the gates is called the Tabor Gate. That's a city about 40 kilometers from Prague. And this gate is called as she is built from, which means this is the brick gate. And before this bridge with the subway was here, there were not many possibilities how to come to Prague because they had to pass this Vyšehrad, and Vyšehrad was not only a fortress; it was also an independent town. The fortress started to be built in the 17th century, and there are also casemates here, which are hallways where the soldiers were able to move through and not be seen by the enemy. And this door uh, should have become the entrance of uh, of the flats for the soldiers. And here is, by the way, the information center where you can buy the tickets for one of the guided tours. So you see here these stones were thought as the construction to build another floor where the soldiers should have lived. So we could descend here. I will show you the fortress from the other side. It's pretty impressive, and also when you read about it, how it was built, it's really interesting. They, for example, used special materials to connect the bricks, not not something usual, but they used, now I don't know if it's called in English, lime, and when there came water on it, it got hot, and you uh, you baked the two brick stones together. For the trip to here, you could take the subway, which is also called, the station is called Vyšehrad, and uh, you won't have to uh, climb up this steep street where I'm going to go with you now. It's a it's a little hidden way. We will see some gardens. I think this used to be some sporting place before, because there are a lot of children's playgrounds here, and also some tennis uh, possibilities here. So it must be cool to live here. Now, sorry if I film some nonsense, but I really have to watch my step now. Wow, there are beautiful flowers there again. I will show you a huge spot of blue. There are some daffodils. So let's go forward. Yeah, and what I forgot to tell you before, there um, under this church of uh, Charles the Great, there is also a huge park, and this park plays a significant role in the brand new roman from Dan Brown that plays in Prague. The name of the book is Secrets of Secrets, and if you haven't read, do it. I won't. I won't tell you what happens in this book. I won't spoil. Even the playground here seems to be adapted to this ancient environment with the stone elements here. Beautiful. So, and here are the amazing facades I've promised you. Yes. Of course, all of these houses were built in the end of the 19th century. Not this one, maybe a little bit earlier, since it's much smaller than the others. Let's go. Let's go closer to read what's here. Established in 1866, uh, it it was a shelter for poor people. This might be the Saint Adalbert because the guy who established this shelter was also Adalbert, and Saint Adalbert is one of the patron saints that, for example, accompany Saint Wenceslas on Wenceslas Square. So here again, the spires of the Saint Peter and Paul Basilica. Yeah, the most of them are really beautiful, but these that I want to show you now are really special. That's a school. In in this entire neighborhood where we are now, all the streets are named after someone from these old Czech legends. Or, like the street is called Vratislavova, and Vratislav was the uh, the first Czech king that built his own palace here to avoid meeting his nasty brother. Here, another beautiful house. There you can see this fresco. There is an inscription, Krok, and Krok was also one of our legendary dukes, and after the legend, he had three daughters, and one of them was Libusche, who then married Przemysl, and with him the reigning dynasty was established, and also uh, she had to marry this Przemysl because uh, the other noblemen did not believe that they can be led by a woman, so she was supposed to marry to keep the power. But after the legend, she was very wise and also very beautiful, and she was seated also here in Vyšehrad. But as I told you, it's just just a legendary character. So, and here we have another building that belongs to Charles University. There is a language institute of the Charles University, a very beautiful building. I like these decorations, and then special, uh, another Czech specialty. This is the Church of Jan Hus. You can see Jan Hus was a Czech martyr who lost his life in 1415 because he criticized the church, and but this church was established after Czechoslovakia became independent in 1918. So they established a church which is called Hususbor, and that's why they have a lot of churches which are built in functionalist style, very simple, very straight. That's why I'm quite surprised that they are here. Well, and now let's move forward to something completely different, uh, and it's again something uh, really unique. As we uh, as we were taught uh, in the school of guides, only in the Czech Republic there are buildings built in cubist styles, in cubist style. The cubism is the style that, for example, Pablo Picasso was painting, but uh, in the other countries, it was normal to make artworks like pictures, sculptures, or some maybe some garments or some tableware, but not architecture, because the architecture, the facades built in Cubist style were um, very expensive. That was the main reason. So let's go further, and soon we will see the first of them. So, but before, we have a special sculpture here, and there are some snowdrops, and who do you think that guy is? Maybe maybe there is someone, the Eastern countries watching us. This is uh, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, guys, and painted in pink. He should probably scare us less. So now you can see one of the cubist style facades, but this one is quite abandoned. It's not beautiful, not good in shape. So we will walk a little bit longer, and I hope you can admire in the meanwhile the views over there on the other side of the river. There they built a completely new neighborhood with, with a lot of flats and office buildings. And once it's finished, it will be great. But now all of these trains, it's like one huge building site. So that's the bridge where we're going to visit today as well, but not yet. First, we will go to the left to get a closer look at these cubist style houses. And you can also admire the riverside and also here there is something that I really like. There is a tunnel built in into into the rock of Vyšehrad. There you can see the little house where was the stock for the gunpowder. That's where we were quite in the start of our walk today. Here you can see again the church. And imagine you would be in Prague and your tram would go through a tunnel like this, through this very, very historical site of Prague with so many legends. One of the legends says, for example, that uh, there was one of the uh, guardians of the Duchess that had some problem, and they sentenced him to death. And his last wish was to have a last ride on his beloved horse. And he he rode the horse and he jumped down this rock across the river to the other side. Maybe the horse was Pegasus, but like this, the guy saved his life. So over there, I will show you this tunnel closer, and imagine you could also exit on another side of the fortress, and then you would come down behind this tunnel, and there is, for example, one of the oldest hospitals in Prague. So, and that's the Cubist style house, or it's three houses. You can see nothing on the facade is round. Everything is straight with geometrical forms. And because they needed a lot of material to create a facade like this, uh, it was uh, it was quite expensive to build in this cubist style. So now we are going to this bridge, and now I'll tell you why I wanted to show you this bridge, because I've read an article last week that this bridge uh, received an award as the most beautiful bridge. It's not the Charles Bridge, but this one. And this bridge is quite controversial because it's only for pedestrians or trains, and it's pretty old and needs to be reconstructed. And uh, fortunately, they achieved that this bridge is now protected as a cultural monument. So this bridge will get a reconstruction. So, but don't worry, this there are more cubist houses before we arrive there. See, you could walk here, and there is, for example, a ship where you can visit a sauna or play beach volleyball. This must be pretty cool to go to a sauna here at the river and cool down directly here. I have goosebumps just thinking of it. So beach volleyball sounds better to me. What do you think? So guys, before I show you the next cubist style house, you could maybe ask me some questions or just write me where you are watching from. So this is definitely the most beautiful cubist house from all of them because there are more of the houses here in this neighborhood under the fortress of Vyšehrad, but this one is definitely the most beautiful one. Uh, I will maybe go across the street to show you also the fence, which is also cubist. How do you like it? Also, the little walls here are in this style. So can you see this? It's cool. So and you can tell me if you're interested. If you're interested that I visit the bridge, or should I just go straight on along the river? There are some beautiful views from the top of the bridge. Ja, ja, da braucht man eine Menge Geld. So, no one was against that I climb here up, so I'll just do it. Oh, but unfortunately, I can't go across the tracks. Hmm. Okay, so here you could go across the river and reach the other border of Vltava. So have a look at the beach volleyball place. Then another beautiful view at Vyšehrad and the Cubist house. So this was one of the first train connections of Prague, not the very first, but this one was built to connect the factory of uh, Ferdinand Ringhofer. We were talking about him for several times, and the factory was on the other side, and that's why also the second train station was built there to help him to bring his heavy machines to his factory. He built, for example, trains. He built, for example, uh, the wagons for the funicular of Petin. There we have it. So enjoy this beautiful view. And look at this small house. This was the station where you had to pay the toll, and the entire neighborhood left of the tracks was called Viton, and the neighborhood was where people lived who made their money with bringing wood to Prague from the Bohemian forest, also salt, and in the winter when the transport of wood uh, could not be done, they gained ice cubes from the river and sold it particularly to pubs and restaurants, but also the royal court to keep their um, to keep their food and beverages cold. Alles klar, also ich denke, du musst jetzt. Dann wünsche ich dir noch einen schönen Tag. Jetzt habe ich das grüne Männchen verpasst und freue mich aufs nächste Mal. Servus! So, my most loyal audience had to leave now, and so now we are going to have a look at something different. So I told you the house where you had to pay the toll. As you can see, it's pretty deep compared. Danke sehr, danke sehr. Uh, uh, Thank you for the compliment. It's very kind of you. And if there's something you would like me to visit, don't hesitate to write me a DM. And if you would like to be a little bit closer to all of that chaos that I'm living here as a virtual online tour guide, filming all alone here without some guardian who watches the step for me, uh, to have some uh, inside information You can find me also on Patreon. So, this toll house was built in the 14th century. You can see a very old coat of arms. The In the middle is the coat of arms of Prague, which now has uh, through this gate. I will show you this gate. There is a hand holding a sword, but this hand we received from the Emperor Ferdinand II after the 30 Years' War, after 1648, where the citizens of Prague defended the city against the Swedish army, and that's why they received this coat of arms. So I started to tell you about that this house is sitting pretty deep compared to the uh, normal street level. And so now you can imagine how this area looked like before 1890 approximately, before they uh, leveled up the street to protect the city against floods. So, and here there is a beautiful museum where you could there was a pub here before, and you can visit every Saturday and Sunday between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you can see, and inside you can see huge amounts of wood, for example, that were here at the stock to um, to be transported further, and also how the workers gained the ice cubes, also uh, how it was when it was winter and the children were skating on the river. The workers, these ice workers, uh, they prepared tracks on the river for children to skate, and they also sold tea and hot wine and some sausages. Must have been really pretty. Before we go down there, I will show you this interesting building. It's called a limnigraph, and this is something that is measuring how much water uh, comes through the river. Uh, so also warning when uh, the amount of water is too much. So kind of a flood warning. And finally, I will show you there is a boat where there are some modern sculptures on it, and it's on this riverside, river street here down, and this is something that I really like here. Every Saturday, you can visit a farmers market here, which takes place exactly from here to the next bridge. So it's pretty long, and you can really buy here some. I have to take care of the cyclists. So you can buy here fruits, vegetables, flowers, artworks. There are always musicians making live music here. So there is a red and another one. And this is another boat where you can visit sauna. So that's the name of the artist, Krzysztof. And there is a QR code where you can maybe get more information or get more inspirations for other artworks of him. So you see, this is a very old boat. And all the time you can see the Prague castle from here. So and here on the other side of the boat there is this angel. But wait, I'll um, I'll go to the other side because now you can see uh, the angel has no head. I hope you don't ask me why because I don't know it. So, and over there you can see uh, a little ferry. You could uh, you could go across the river with that. Very little pretty boat that could bring you to the other border of the Vltava. And over there sometimes they make some exhibitions there. There are also some bars and restaurants. It's also nice there. There it leaves. Look, 40 crowns per person, but so you can't go with it with the normal ticket for the public transportation. 40 crowns is about €1.8, something like this. So you're back, and again, there are some beautiful houses here. That's the station for the ferry. So once you are here, I really recommend to take it once. There are beautiful views from the ferry to Prague Castle, like we have it now. Also, now you can see the St. Nicholas Church very well. So, guys, that's the place where I'm going to finish my live walk. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to leave me a comment, leave me a like, and see you next week again on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Bye.